Your turn.
All right, I'll do a 3.
Level 3.
This is kind of a good one, actually.
Okay.
How would you describe the way I love you to a stranger?
Wow.
What kind of laugh was that? Oh my gosh. I can't answer this. She doesn't love me.
Can I see it? I want to make sure I don't botch this up. How would you describe the way I love you to a stranger?
Yeah.
That's
a good question.
That's a beautiful question, honestly.
I mean, look, I think we've kind of talked about it. I think it's kind of the core of the podcast.
Yeah.
I can talk to you.
Yeah. Safe space.
I know it's going to be non-judgmental. I know you're going to get me. There's not many other people on that list.
Yeah.
There's not. And for me, that's how I know. That's how I would say it is there's like my hubs, mom.
Yeah.
Not in that order. I just mean, you know. There's my hubs and mom and you that are really the main people that really know what's going on.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Yeah, it's almost
you know
like,
what I mean?
Yeah.
The best friend, the trusted parent, and the spouse.
Yeah.
You're the best friend. You know what I mean? I just...
so sweet.
This story, there's the best friend.
And this Hallmark
spouse,
drama.
The mother. And the best friend...
Like, oh my gosh.
Is, yeah.
I feel like I can honestly say that it's like my mind just... Because every relationship is different and takes a different type of like energy.
Yeah.
And I feel like I just simply... My overdrive, like, just completely shuts off everything. I feel like I simply can completely exist as myself with you. Like, it's just like this.
Same way. Yeah.
Just this.
Just not trying.
It's like I can just simply be with you.
Yeah.
And it's like not having to do anything else. And I think there's a real power in that.
There's like a rejuvenation in that.
Yeah.
Because it's not like other socialization where you're kind of focused on social pressure.
Yes.
It's like... you can go to this person and decompress. And it's also not quite the same way as a spouse where it's like there's other layers to a romantic relationship that aren't there.
Of course,
right?
yes.
So it's like the best friend relationship I can, I would want for everybody else out there to have. That's what I would say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's how it's been for so long.
Yeah. Back at Plasticville. Like that's...
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except I was more bossy then, so I think we've
mellowed
out.
Yeah, we have. Bossy.
Did I tell you
Enlighten me.
that I used to use the TV remote as a way of like making myself feel good?
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait a second, because we have to rewind a little bit because you would ask me to give you the TV remote. Are you talking about feeling good like that kind of way? And you would ask me to give it to you to do said thing with the TV remote?
Not necessarily. I don't know if I would do that. I definitely would actually have to operate the remote because...
Right, because you knew how to operate the remote.
Operate it.
But you actually used the remote for stuff?
So nice.
I never knew that. Really? This is news. I mean, I remember this remote.
Yeah, it was a big remote.
That's what I'm saying.
It was like a wider at the top, narrow at the bottom.
Heck?
So instead of like using my hand like up right here, it's like lower stomach area.
Yeah.
I would just kind of press there with the remote. This is like 5-6 years old. This is the real shit we needed to reveal.
This is, yeah. Wow. I had no idea after all this time.
You didn't know?
No!
I thought I told you once.
No. I would have remembered, honey.
You're like the amount of times I had to touch her. I was always too close. It was always, And
that's amazing.
It wasn't like I was shoving anything up anywhere. It was,
yeah.
Because I couldn't.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's hilarious. Comcast remote.
Comcast. Change one letter.
One letter and it's
Comcast.
It's a whole thing.
You should have like a porn site that is called that. Like
no!
Think about it.
Remember when
it's
we had
one letter?
It was like, well, you would also have to like wait to watch certain stuff. It would be like, hey, so this isn't available yet. Like you have to wait Remember, it's
on demand.
Yeah, and you couldn't watch it like literally on demand. It's like you had to wait or you had to like pay for stuff. So it would be like that, but like an error message would come up, be like, "Hey, you have to wait."
Are you talking about like
for the site
for Comcast?
Yeah,
you have
it would
to wait?
operate like Comcast.
Well, that's 2000s Comcast. This isn't like.
That's true. I have no idea.
On demand, like whatever it was, where you had. And we didn't have Comcast. We had Dish Network for a long time. I know, but there was something else we had before then, and I don't think
before Comcast. I thought it was Comcast.
I don't know. I'll have to ask Mom. Who knows all? Mom, what did we have on that one time? I think that remote was a Toshiba remote too. I think it was a big
it was a
remote.
Big ass
you know
remote.
what? I'm gonna see if I can find it. Because that'd be funny to post. This is the remote. No, I mean, I can find a photo.
I mean, Mom's moving. She might find it.
Oh, God. It had, like, a nice back, if I remember. Like, it had, like, a bit of a felt-ish kind of back. Like, it was comfortable to hold, too.
Yeah, it had, like...
Because texture is a big deal as kids.
Yeah, the buttons were fun.
The buttons were big.
And honestly, we were so small that, like, the remote's probably actually a lot smaller.
It's still big. It was still bigger than average
substantial.
Remotes. Bigger than your average remote, babes. Don't they make them bigger, too, for people who have vision problems?
That makes sense if they do.
Maybe that's what it was. No, it went with our, like, it was a Toshiba
I think it was
TV.
because it was also an older TV model.
TV
it was a chunky TV.
With a huge, chunky remote.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
It's the whole thing. Wow.
Yeah, I know. That was
how would I describe the way I love you to a stranger? Toshiba.
I retrieved the remote.
I retrieved the remote.
Even though it was used for ungodly purposes.
I mean, at least, that's really not that bad. Like, you just...
No. I'm telling you, it was not as bad as other things that I've confessed off this podcast.
The look on your face as you flung the car. You're just like,
I'm doing a number one.
A level one.
A level one. This is funny. Leah, what's your favorite thing to see me wear? Nothing doesn't count. Because this is a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
You know, couples edition. Can we skip this one?
Yeah, we can skip it.
I don't know.
I don't know what to say.
You do have nice color choices. Like, you'll have, like, nice leggings that are cool colors, and, like, those tan, browns, beiges, pinks that you wear.
Thanks, babe.
You have, like, you know, what is it called? A palette.
Thank you. I have a palette. I have a palette.
I don't wear anything with.
No, you got a cool aesthetic. It's like, I feel like, yes, you do. You have more aesthetic than you give yourself credit for.
It's called the Jac aesthetic. This is funny. I think this would be funny. I'm going to read it. We don't have to answer, but write down how many times a week you think your partner would like to have sex. Compare. Technically, it says your partner. Well, we're not partners, so we can just type.
Yeah, we won't do that.
Let me do another one. What's my biggest pet peeve? Explain.
I mean, okay, let me think about this. Your biggest pet peeve? No. Don't be scared.
You're like, I'm lining it all up.
I mean, hang on. Let me figure out how to say this. It's weird because a pet peeve and something that like bothers you, like there's a fine line. Like somebody forgetting to lock the door, like that might be somebody's pet peeve. This is a very like shallow thing. But like
people being on their phone when I'm trying to be present with them definitely is a pet peeve.
Yeah, that could yeah.
Being on the phone. No, I'm sorry. I had to joke. Being on the phone.
Don't spit it out. I mean, I feel like in general, if people lack common sense, you don't have patience for it. Like, but I feel like that's more than a pet peeve. You're fine. Actually, the mic stand is a pet peeve of yours.
Yeah, but that's so shallow.
I mean, that is a shallow one.
It keeps fucking bending. And this thing wasn't cheap, and I'm really mad.
Yeah.
I think I have the receipt, but frankly, I'm not totally sure. I think I do. I might try to return it, but Jesus, I don't know.
Yeah, apparently it's not. It's not the vibe.
It keeps tilting. And it was a highly rated one. Like, I got the one because
it makes me think you got one that had a factory That was messed up when it was made. So was I.
It has that in common with us.
Yeah.
We need a tune up.
Yeah. Yeah, so the mic stand is your pet peeve. But I also feel like, yeah. I mean, anything, like inconsideration. I feel like when people are like inconsiderate is like a pet peeve of yours.
But is it like holding people to like an unrealistic expectation, like expecting them to read my mind and they're inconsiderate? Or is it like...
I mean, I feel like it's like common sense and then like sometimes... But like, I feel like with our upbringing, it would be obvious. Like, it's like, hey, this is something you should be considerate about. And then some people's like...
Didn't even click.
Right. But yeah, I guess that's what I would say. What would you say for me?
Your biggest pet peeve? I think sometimes...
or people inconsiderate of your time. You know, inconsideration. I feel like that's...
Yeah.
Am I on track with that or no? What would you say your biggest pet peeve is?
I feel like I actually more resonate with like a common sense thing.
Okay.
In the sense of like, it does often coincide with consideration.
Right.
But it's a lot of the time because I would have shown that same respect and you didn't.
Right.
What the hell? Or I have shown that same respect and you didn't. What the hell? That's...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... Yeah. No, you're right.
Okay.
Your biggest pet peeve?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is maybe more than a pet peeve. I think this is deeper than that. But most recently, I think when people have been doubting your judgment or kind of dismissing your instinct reaction with something until they themselves think it's...
Get on the same train.
They experience it and then it's true. It's like, well, you were onto something first.
Yeah.
And I think
don't
it's
invalidate
like,
that.
Don't invalidate, don't dismiss, don't like go past it. I think there's like, I would also say, I think sometimes, I don't know if you've directly correlated this or not. Why did I make such a flamboyant hand gesture? I guess I am a gay man. So I also think maybe sometimes other people's inflexibility a little bit. And what I mean is that you try to be so accommodating.
Right.
And when other people can't maybe compromise a little bit, or you feel like it's such kind of a tough uphill battle to compromise, it's like, God damn it. You know, just because you're trying so hard already.
Yeah.
So that's slightly different, but...
Because even communicating your needs shouldn't feel like an uphill battle. Like, that's just...
No. And I think there's always a problem in any friendship, relationship, whatever. If one person's kind of consistently getting their way, or you feel like you have to accommodate one person, it should be give and take, and it will vary, I think, like with anybody.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes...
It's got to be balanced out.
Yes.
Or it's not sustainable.
Yeah. I think it's, you know, people dismissing your judgment, because that's what really... That sets you off.
That does set me off.
That is the thing that will be like, what the fuck? And then I think it's more of a, not daily, but like a more everyday thing is other people being inflexible or having to deal with people who sometimes you wouldn't accommodate as much as you can. And that can be in a professional sense or a personal sense. And I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, this has been a more
because it comes
thing.
across almost, I think, as disrespectful. And it's like, yeah. No, I'm tracking with that.
Yeah. Is that fair?
Oh, yeah. I'd say it's true.
Should we do a couple more?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah?
Let's do...
One more each?
One more... Which level would you like?
No,
level 1, level 2, or level 3?
You pick what you want, because I don't know. But you know what? Maybe pick one card from each and then decide.
Okay. I won't look.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like this. We should have done this 40 minutes ago.
Shit, it was an hour, 20 minutes ago. You know, we've been recording for an hour 20.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Time goes
episode
by
will be an
when
hour
I'm
20,
with you. Oh, I didn't mean to grab 2.
You fucking cheater.
I know.
How can you cheat at a card game?
I know. Right?
I think it's like they're like, you have to answer honestly. If you don't answer honestly, then it's like it's losing.
Level 1 is, what assumption did you make about me that turned out to be false? It's level 1.
Okay.
Level 2, how do you define cheating? Level 3, what answer of mine surprised you the most throughout this game? That's a great way to end it. That's a good ending card.
Yeah.
These are all interesting.
You can pick another 3 if you want. I feel like the cheating one isn't really relevant here.
Yeah, like the assumptions you make about me that turned out to be false. Like this is interesting.
How do I make an assumption about you when I was born with you?
That's what I'm saying.
Born 19.
I feel like maybe we do this one later.
Okay.
Like I do think
that's
it's
the
a good
wrap-up
way.
card?
This is a wrap-up card.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so
So
pick
then
another
just
3.
in general, what TV show is your favorite? Yes. It's not that shallow.
Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, Lord, no.
Not anymore. Do it. Say
Well, no, this actually can work. What do you think is the main way I show/give love?
Oh, that's not that bad.
That's not that bad. The second one was one small way we can improve our sex life.
Don't.
Yeah, let's not
Just
start
keep
it. What the heck? And then this last one doesn't even work.
What is it?
When was the last time you felt lucky to be my significant other? Get specific.
You know what? You're my significant sissy. You're not my significant other.
sissy.
You're
So
my
when was the
significant
last
sister.
time I made you feel lucky to be my significant sissy?
Right now.
Okay. Let's not do this question.
This very second.
And
I feel lucky.
this first one is also
Okay.
kind of interesting.
Okay.
What do you think is the main way I show/give love?
The main way you show/give love,
Yeah, slash.
you accommodate. I think.
Wow, you think that's my main way
No,
I show
hold
love?
on.
I accommodate for everybody. Wow. That's really interesting.
Hold on a second. Wait. Hold on. Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait a minute.
Hold on.
I don't give a-
What are we singing?
Missio, I don't give a fuck. Okay, so the main way you show/give love, you don't.
You don't know
No,
how.
I was actually thinking, I think more into your adulthood, it's experience. You want to have good experiences with the people that you love. They might be sentimental, they might be celebratory, they might be spontaneous. I think that's one of your bigger things because it's something that you want to share with somebody. And I think it's along those lines.
I like that.
Yeah.
I feel like that
Because
checks
you
out.
create those. Like last year, I mean, we kind of talked about it in an earlier episode, how you really made a lot of effort to have like a summer bash and a Halloween party. You wanted to create an environment for people that you love to have a good time and to be part of that too. So I think, and even what you said earlier with like us having experiences that we go to do something that is fun.
Yeah.
I just think that there's a lot of joy in that.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for that not to be a good thing for
Yeah.
the people you're with and for yourself. So I think something like that is part
And
of
I'm
it.
also, now I'm reflecting, I'm kind of wondering if that comes from a place of where we, growing up, our family attempted to do fun experiences, moments, memories, but they were so chronically stressful. They were never really that fun because the stress of everything overshadowed all of it. So now I'm like
Exactly.
thinking that this is actually coming from a bigger place.
From
than
a
I even-
desire to have done that differently, maybe growing up.
Yeah, maybe.
That's not the only way. It's just I think it is one of the bigger ways because that's something that I think sets you apart. For me, like that's not exactly something I would say about other siblings or other family. I think that's something that's very much specific to you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
That makes sense. No,
Yeah.
I see
You can
that,
see that.
and I resonate with like like that
answer
is
is a check mark.
like I approve of this message.
Do I get an A+?
I'm not answering that.
The fear in her eyes. You're like, we said to not start a sex life. Don't
It's,
try.
don't try.
Don't try.
Don't try. And then for you, you should ask it.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you think is the way I'm What do you think is the main way I show/give love? Lover. I don't.
You just
That's so funny.
You just don't know how.
I just don't do it.
You just don't do
I don't
anything.
show love. We hate each other.
This is actually all fake.
This is so painful.
This is so staged. We can't even tell you.
This is just us
This
coping
friendship.
with hatred.
Oh my lord.
Why does this microphone stand?
Hey,
Kill this
so if you want to
microphone
get
stand.
Jack a new microphone stand, please sign up for our Patreon.
Yes, support us on Patreon.
Support us on Patreon.
.com/sisationalpod.
Yes. Wait, Comcast? What'd you say?
Comcast. I said
Oh yeah.
patreon.com/sisationalpod.
I feel like for you,
I swear to God, it's getting
it is getting lower.
It is?
Mm-hmm. Jack's like, I'm a slapper. I'm gonna slap this.
Hang on.
Oh, it's like wobbly as I'll get out. What the heck? It might need to be like screwed, like the bolt in the middle of it there. Doesn't want to go in.
Doesn't want to stay.
Doesn't want to
Even though
stay.
I can't say tight.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The way you were just like, anyway.
Anyway.
Like if we didn't just say we need to not start our sex life like 10 minutes ago. Like everything's
All
fine.
normal here.
Everything's
Jesus.
fine.
Stop judging people. If you're uncomfortable, it's a you problem.
That's a joke that was told.
Yeah, that's
What was that song
it's
from?
That's
a joke.
Wait,
That
wait,
was told.
wait,
Oh,
no.
Not
yellow
snow.
It's white snow.
White snow.
White Christmas. Jesus, I'm sorry, guys. I'm everywhere. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Stop apologizing.
No. And I'm not sorry for apologizing.
What'd you say?
I don't know. Leah's like, oh my God. She's unraveling. Get this bitch
We're
some meds.
slowly
I didn't take my meds.
When? Well, how long?
Today.
Well, then go take your meds.
After we record.
Okay.
Obviously, recording at fucking 11 p.m. comes first.
Is it 11 p.m.?
No, I don't know what time it is, and I just went with whatever.
I guess.
Anyways. Again.
Anyways.
Sorry, Moo.
Why are you apologizing?
You're like exasperated.
No, I'm not.
I'm working it out.
Dude, there's a lot to work out.
Don't make fat jokes like that.
That is not. That's not even. That's not what
I know.
That's not what I meant.
I know. I'm just.
How dare you? How dare you twist my words? I'm offended. Jack looks like she's falling apart in her face.
I think I am, actually.
We're getting a frosty after this.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I will say,
Oh, God.
I know that like
I
you were
will say-
talking on, for me, like it was like making experiences
Yeah,
for
yeah.
people. I say that does translate for you and how you show love to
You
people, but
fucking copy
no. But this is the no. This is the difference.
Okay.
You really value making memories by seeing laughter, like genuine happiness in people, like via laughter, and like being able to bring that to people.
Yeah.
And another life, you're a comedian, but it's like it's like that's still a moment. It's like not this necessarily like whole, like it's like a micro experience
Yeah.
within an experience. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually a good
So
point.
it's like,
hopefully after that encounter, you feel better.
you feel bad. It's like making a moment, like how we were. I know in band days we talked about like making moments in our
On the
shows
stage.
and like all this. But it's like making those moments with, and it's not just like people we love. It's like people you meet. It's like I think your way of also seeing people and like I value you and I value you by like wanting to make you happy in this moment and time and space that we're together. And I just think it's a beautiful thing.
Thank
So,
you.
Frick you.
Did you say frick me? Frick you.
Frick
oh my
you.
God, I'm so offended. Frick you. You biatch.
No, but I genuinely think that's like, would
Yeah.
you agree with that?
I think that's very true. And I think that's also something I've realized is true
and
in
your adulthood, yes.
Because I think that's been true ever since I was a kid. I just,
Yeah.
you know, sense of humor was capped to certain material.
There was
not everything was
a certain
available
amount,
for selection.
Not everything was
topics.
known.
Not everything was fair. We were fucking ignorant, but also couldn't even Google search. So there was a lot to be had, a lot to be learned later on in life. And by later on in life, I mean 18.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so wait, do I pick 3 cards?
Yeah, I guess the 3 cards, and then there was that, like, what was that
I have it.
thing?
It's right here.
Okay, so yeah, you pick 3 cards, and then...
Oh, these are kind of cool. Okay, so this is similar. This card is similar to this one, and maybe we can figure out which one we like better.
Okay.
It's when in this game did you feel most connected to me?
Oh, I like that one better, I think.
Yeah, so we'll save that one for the wrap card. But check these out. How does our age difference or lack thereof affect us, if at all?
Oh, that's a great question.
And then, what do you think my biggest goal for this year is?
Those are both great.
Those are great questions. Why do we get these now?
Now.
So,
Lord.
Let's start with the goal one, because I actually think the age
Let's just keep recording for the next 48 hours.
Let's just go all night.
I mean, why not?
I mean, hey.
Honestly.
Who needs sleep? Who needs Mayor of Easttown? Okay, so what do you think my biggest goal for this year is? I'll give you a hint.
I mean, I think
guys
it's kind of what we... The moolah symbol.
The moolah symbol.
The moolah.
And the mic.
I remember our 4th grade teacher did that, and I was like, what's that mean? She's like, cash. I was like, oh.
You know, we were talking about teachers, you and me.
Yeah.
And we had a teacher. Her name was Miss Thompson. She was from Australia.
Yeah.
And there was this time where she was saying it was on Oprah.
She was on Oprah?
No.
Oh.
That would have been
I was
really
like,
cool.
No.
She was talking about the show Oprah.
Oh.
And I thought she was mispronouncing opera. And I was like, don't you mean opera? And she was like, no, I mean Oprah. Because I didn't know who that was. I didn't know what that was. So she like wrote OPRAH or something. I was like, don't you mean OPERA?
And like, you really mean it too. Hello. By the way, did we mention we were sheltered? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like proof.
I was 4th grade.
I mean Oprah, the most famous.
I know.
That's sad.
Well, it was 4th grade.
I know.
Like, I mean.
I know.
I learned in 4th grade who she was. Other kids were singing Beyonce songs. It's not like I knew those. But Oprah Winfrey, like, she's a little bit more, if you're an adult, you know who she is.
That's true, too.
But in 4th grade?
Kids shouldn't be watching her show. Well, I mean, I don't know her show.
Like Dr. Phil, right?
Right.
I mean, clearly I still haven't watched Oprah.
I've never watched Oprah. I'm 23 and I've never watched Oprah.
I've seen some clips, though.
Yeah, clips, but that's not the same thing.
Oh, it's one of the things that she says. I think she was talking to the Harry or Meghan, and she's like, were you silent or were you silenced?
Oh.
Guys, are you silent or are you silenced?
Stop.
Okay. So what do you think my biggest goal for this year is?
Okay. So your biggest goal, do we do business and personal?
That's a good, you know what? Yeah.
Okay. So business-wise, I know you want to connect with more people. That's your thing. You want to network. That's your thing. Yeah. Make a moolah. That stuff's like we talked earlier, understanding the fears that like lie underneath the surface. But then I feel like for you personally, I feel like that will translate into the personal life, like just kind of even more like stepping into who you are and who you're becoming, and this new venture with like being a dog mom, and like you've just moved to this new place, and I feel like you're stepping into this time of wanting to own where you're at in all ways, so that way you can just move forward in confidence. Like, time to stop comparing, time to like stop everything and just like be me and live my life and like just move forward with courage and confidence.
Yeah. As is, and no apologies.
Right.
Yeah.
No guilt. Let's just like go forward from here. I feel like that's like your
aspirations for this year.
Yeah. Would you say that's...
Yeah, I think that's true. I really, this is actually something I think I need to work on, is personal goals, and specifically relationship ones, not just spousal ones, but like relationship goals with people on a personal level. Because I'm usually always so business career focused. Yeah. And I think that's something I need to do more of, is
personal
kind of
goals.
carving out what should my personal life be? Because we do dedicate a lot of time to our personal lives and to our relationships, cultivating those with family, right?
Yeah.
But like intentionality with that.
Right,
and I think there's like a subconscious, like knowing that, I'm striving for better than what I was last year or better than,
Yeah.
But like, I do think I could have more in that sense, like more goals in that sense.
What do you think my biggest goal for this year is?
I know that with the sooner than anticipated job change with your church, that well, in a way, it's almost kind of giving you a freedom sooner than anticipated to really kind of pursue the things that you had been saying you wanted to do, including streaming, including the podcast, including music, including other connections with people, I think.
Yeah.
Just trying to broaden these horizons because you've been kind of in this box for so long.
Yeah.
So I think right now your focus is to like do everything a little bit. You know what I mean? It's really kind of like opposing the scatterbrain thing in the sense of like whatever I couldn't do, that's what I'm doing almost.
Right.
In a sense, like whatever I found myself having to delay that would fulfill me, that's what I'm trying to do. I think that comes in a personal way too, but I think especially in career, because I feel like that's where your focus has been such in conflict. Like it's been conflict for a lot. So I think you're like kind of like, what have I not been able to do that I have wanted to do? And I want to do it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I've been getting from you this year.
Yeah.
And then personally, I think it's more of a continuation of the boundaries that you were putting in last year and the assertiveness, the clear communication, the straightforwardness that I was talking about even with us. Like, I think you're just going to continue that because you've already started it. It's not like you're starting this year. You're already in it. So I think it's more like momentum here. And like that's going to really define some of the outlook of,
I guess.
Yeah, and the relationships that you have with some people. I think it's going to help a lot. I think you're going to just continue to be healing, really.
Yeah.
So I think it's like the assertiveness, the boundaries, the clarity.
Yeah.
Personal relationship wise, that's maybe where the focus, the goals are related to.
Yeah.
It's hard to put like just a single goal. It's more like almost a mentality to me is shifted for both things. For you.
No, I 1,000% agree.
And then the last one before we do the wrap up card. How does our age difference or lack thereof affect us, if at all?
I feel like if we were 5 years apart, our relationship wouldn't look the same. I feel like if we were 3 years apart, our relationship would look similar, but not the same.
Yeah.
That would still be
2 years
different.
apart would probably work.
2 years apart would probably work. I think being close in age made it so we could grow up more as friends. Because like even in the beginning, like Jack said, it was more of like, you said you were more bossy, but it was like older sibling and younger sibling. That was actually the vibe for a good chunk of the beginning of our lives together. I feel like things took a shift once we were like
coming up to preteens, right?
Yeah, like 11.
Yeah.
You're
11
being
or
11,
my 11?
My being 11 and you're being 12. I would say things started to really take a shift and we started like actually like leaning on each other more.
Well, that's when we started sharing the room.
Right.
It kind of came around that time.
And it's interesting because now thinking back, it's like I remember wanting to just be a person for you.
Yeah.
Or like in growing up, but like it just didn't happen until that shared space together. And I feel like ever since then, like something clicked. I think you felt able to, like you didn't have to be in the stress bubble by yourself. It's like we had a lot of shared struggles.
Yeah.
And so I think it became a really beautiful thing, the trajectory of the relationship. But I do think that being somewhat closer in age did make a lot of the difference.
I agree. I very much agree. Because even though there is only like a 15-month, was it?
What's it? You're December, I was April.
Yeah.
A year in December, January, February, March, April. So like 14 months. 12, well, 12 months is a year, so 16, yeah.
So even though there is like a 16-month difference, it's like that still was different enough.
Yeah, that's it. Like it was all. It's like even then in itself, it's like
there were still differences.
There was still differences, and
growing
almost,
up early on, I think.
Yeah, growing up early on, and it's almost like there was no. I think it was different enough where like I feel like it could have gone 50-50. I feel like if we hadn't had that connection, we wouldn't have turned out like been so close as we are now. We still would have always like been in each other's lives, but as far as like,
I don't know, because we
we would have always come around?
Here's the thing, like us siblings have always played together, have
That's
always
true.
interacted. We've always had each other's backs. There's been some of us that have like quarreled more with others growing up, but like you and I really didn't quarrel much come like 8, 9, 10.
No, yeah.
It was like we were both kind of having our own worlds a little bit more.
Yeah.
But we weren't fighting. We weren't like, like you said, maybe the depth of the relationship was kind of limited.
Right, because we weren't even our own friends in school, really. Not like as we were a comforting, I think, presence to each other. It's like, like I'm glad my siblings here with me. But it wasn't like, I'm going to hang out with them over recess. Like, it was like
because we would see each other.
Because we would see each other, but it was like Jac's with her class, I'm with mine.
Yeah.
And it was like not
school friends.
Or school friends, I'm with mine.
Your school friends, yeah.
And then it shifted really when I feel like it was before we started homeschooling.
It was.
But it was when we shared a room for a while.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I think the age gap, because it's so minimal, helped, and it was still existed enough that it still affected how close we were like earlier on.
Yeah.
And you know what? I actually think that we started having conversations even right before we did share the room, because we would talk sometimes, because again, we were really deep in the Christianity and stuff, and sometimes we would have like conversations about that together. Remember the whole earring conversation that we had or something? It was like, at the time, I believe, like I made the argument that if I'm not cool with multiple piercings, why would I get one? Like normal.
Right.
We would talk about, because we wanted things.
Because I started visiting your room.
Yes.
I started visiting your room in the afternoons and stuff while you were drawing or while you were reading or listening to music. Like I started make like
rounds.
Yeah, I started making my rounds.
Because you would talk about the DS that you wanted. I remember that.
Yeah.
Some of your fashion that you were interested in. I just remember I remember you being in my room a lot. I think you were in my room way more than I was in your room.
Yeah, it
was always that way.
And I feel like maybe I feel like that also translates a little bit in real life too. Like, I'm going to your place. Like, there's like maybe even a nostalgia in that a little bit.
Wow, that's
like a pursuing the space here. Yeah.
That's kind of interesting.
Isn't that weird? Like going to your room to...
Because here's the thing. We shared a room before we were 10.
Growing up, like, before we... That's when Plasticville and everything happened.
We shared a room for the first 9 years of our life, 8 years of our lives.
I think because like 7. Because I was 7 when we moved to 326.
Okay, so 7 years we shared a room. And originally it was upstairs and then it was downstairs.
Yeah.
And then... that was kind of what was so significant about the move, was like
we had our
own spaces,
right?
Which we kind of took advantage of, right? And then so we had to kind of make more of an effort. And I'm gonna say too, I mean, marital problems started happening around then, so the potential to isolate kind of became greater. I think. And so we had to seek each other out a little bit more.
Yes, and it started when we moved into the same room together. It was because the fam decided to kind of redo we took up the carpet in my room and they wanted to repaint it.
Mom wanted to do the rooms. It was like a project she wanted. Because she did mine too.
Oh, yeah.
After years.
But yeah, I would go out and, because I guess we shared a room for so long. I was like,
And then in the third house that we moved to, the one that we talk about, the farm.
Yeah.
Then we shared a room. And it was the easiest.
It was, It's like, how could we not at this point?
Yeah. Yeah. That's really kind of interesting. I didn't think about it that way.
Mm-hmm.
There's such a normalcy in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Crazy, right?
Would you like to read the last wrap-up card?
The wrap-up card of the night. Here we go.
This is almost 2 hours of recording, man.
This is crazy.
It's kind of fun.
It is like we need to do this more. When in this game did you feel most connected to me?
Maybe even just right now.
I feel like that moment.
That was a bit of a revelation to me. Because I remember you come. I remember sitting on the floor or you sitting on my bed. I remember this one time. This was before we moved to the farm. It was right before the new year of 2012. It was coming on the new year. It was like New Year's Eve. You were sitting on my bed. I think I'm sitting on the floor. We were like, listening to the boombox radio.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how we thought this year would be a year of change. Like, we were feeling it. And it was. I mean, my grandma died. We moved. It was like a lot of change. Social changes for us. Like, we started actually making friends.
Yeah.
Together, collectively, we were making friends. So, oh my God. Yeah. And that was like a normal thing. Like, we'd just be hanging out in my room, listening to music sometimes.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot there that I felt most connected to you, like in this whole revelation of the pursuing element of going to your room, going to see, like, and also.
And we would always I felt like we would always feel better after.
Always
hanging
feel better
out.
after. And also, like, I understand, like, even thinking back, like, because there was a time where, like I said, we weren't mega close, like not like that. So there was also a testing element to, like, hey, are you busy right now? Can I come in? Like,
oh my God.
Like, there was a pursuit. Like, there was a start to that.
Yeah.
And, like, I think I'm having more of a appreciation that I feel like we also pursued this relationship.
It wasn't like we just stumbled
happened.
into the same room and.
When the age gap felt the most apparent to me, I wasn't sure if we were ever really going to click like that. And I remember testing this out, and I've never stopped to think about that in a long, long time. And I have appreciation for my past self.
Well, because it's also kind of hard to remember how things started. It's been so long and they've been a certain way. It's like, when did it begin? Yeah, that's a really good point. Damn. Yeah, this is taking me back to like things I haven't really thought about in a long time.
Yeah, a long time that don't even feel like the same lifetime.
No.
But
Holy
that
shit.
make up our present.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Getting kind of sappy thinking about it.
I know. Yeah. Well, because I remember who I was. Like, I remember who we were then.
Yeah.
How similar, how different. Like you said, I'd be drawing. You'd be coming from your room.
Yeah.
There was a period of time where you were drawing too a little bit. Veggie characters.
Let's not talk about it.
But
I tried to draw for a time.
You did, though. You actually did.
Thank you.
Do you remember I got you like an art set?
Yeah, you did. I love that thing.
That's the other thing. We gave each other. We've always given each other like good gifts when we like. Because we know each other so fucking well. That's what's going on. We're like, I know what you really like.
I know what you want, what you really, really want.
Because didn't I get you the Dark Knight
movie? Yeah, you gave me the Dark Knight movie. That was a great... That was a rough birthday and a great movie. I remember like the moment I got that, I was like...
And I gave you that digital picture frame.
Yeah, I still have that.
Oh, yeah. And Leah gave me the...
Soccer bear.
Leah found the soccer bear toy. And his name is like Kix or something like that.
Oh.
It has a name on the little tag. But yeah, she gave it to me because like we had the same ones. I mean, we played with these. Speaking of plush and plastic toys, like these were the ones we're talking about. And so it's really, the nostalgia is real with this episode. Jesus. But yeah, you're the thoughtfulness I think with gifts for each other is like spot on.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, Dark Knight. I'm thinking through time in the photo frame because I was like really into photography. And now I'm trying to think of what I did for you.
Yeah, because I feel like you had a win. I feel like...
Yeah, there was something.
Was it your idea to give me the stereo? It was your idea? And then they just copied it for you?
Oh, yeah.
Because I listened to my boombox.
The really nice stereo. So it was like the upgrade from the boombox to the stereo. So I told Mom and Dad, they were like, what would you think Jack would like?
Because I could plug my iPod into it?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I put word in for you.
Yes, that's what it was.
Or did I get it for you? I think I contribute. Like, I didn't get all of it, but I contributed to it.
Oh, my God.
That's what happened.
Yeah, man, we were
iconic.
We knew what was up. And then they kind of copied and pasted the same thing for you.
And then it felt like
but then
not
I
very
gave you
personal.
the picture frame.
Right.
And you were like, because it was like, that's more specific to
what I want.
Yeah. I just felt like you were disappointed with the stereo a little bit.
Because I felt like there was no thought behind it.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, this were for this kid. Let's use it for this kid. It was like, and even in itself, it was cool. Don't get me wrong. Stereo with the iPod connecting, it was awesome. Yeah. I just thought that, was it just because it was,
to you.
Yeah, like, Just like
even if it looked different, like if it was kind of a different type, even that I think would have been more interesting.
Yeah, like actually matched the look aesthetic of my room. Because it was like purple and like pinks. If it was like
more online with your personality. Yeah. No, I think
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like you'd be in my room listening to the stereo more than you'd listen to it in your own room.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because after my room got done, I was in a bad place mentally. And so I didn't like
being in your room.
I didn't like hanging out in my room because I got behind in homeschooling too. And so I would spend a lot. If I was in my room, I was doing homework. I was doing homework from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. every night. And I would sit in my beanbag chair, do my journal, and go to bed.
At like, how old? 12?
No. It was before I was 12. So like
11.
12. Like that.
That bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I think it's right because we started homeschooling when I was 12.
Yeah.
Mid-year. 6th grade.
But yeah, crazy for feeling so. Well, and I'll say this. There was, and he apologized for it, but there was one gift. There was one thing that I had wanted. There was 2 things I wanted so badly growing up. One of them was one of those overhang things over the bed that just like...
The
canopy. I begged for that. I thought that was the prettiest... And we'll do that. We'll get for it, and it never happened. And
it's
the
not
other
that hard
thing,
to do.
It's just really not. I would have done it.
Do you want one now?
I've looked and like thought of how would I do this for like our bedroom now. I still would.
I'd be happy if you wanted it to be a project. I'd be happy to help.
Yeah. You're so sweet. But the other thing was, for the longest time, we had this really cool pink desk, and my gift that was gonna be given to me, my dad and I were gonna work on the pink desk, and we were gonna because it was falling apart, but it was a pink desk, and I'm talking iconic, like shelving and like huge, like a really cool shape, like a corner desk.
Yeah,
it was
super
functional, fantastic. And for years we talked on we're gonna make the pink desk, and that never happened. So I feel like a lot of the personal stuff that
the personal touches
and that I asked,
really
I really wanted, and it was never pursued. And I feel like that I think that did play a damper on me a little bit
with your overall mental health, or like the parts of your room that you wish.
Yeah, I think my room would have felt different.
More like
me.
It also had taken a long time to finish. I think in that time, your personality was
changing. Yeah. So it was like... Yeah. That was crazy, this card.
Yeah, man.
And this moment.
And that moment that happened preceding the card.
What the heck?
Guys, thank you so much for...
This was so much fun. I feel like this has been like a slumber party, and we've just kind of been
and again,
hanging out.
The cards that we're pulling from is the couples edition from We're Not Really Strangers.
We're Not Really Strangers.
But they have friendship one. They have the actual default We're Not Really Strangers game.
Yes,
check
so
it
many
out.
different kinds.
It's fun.
It's great.
It's great conversations. Conversation starters and stuff. It's just because sometimes I'm telling you, especially if it's like a group of people you don't know very well, or like,
oh my gosh, yeah,
you've talked the same shit all the time. Great way to fucking break it up, I guess, huh?
Yeah, and get to like really knowing people.
Yeah,
and I mean,
that. We know each other, but in this time, we've
tackled
figured out something we didn't know.
Yeah,
so especially the remote, very important piece of information. It didn't even go with the question, but we're just gonna go with it.
We're going
with
it.
It's fine. It's content.
It's fine.
It's content for your listening pleasure.
Listening pleasure.
Yes, not viewing pleasure.
Listening
pleasure.
With that said,
we love you so much,
and we're rooting for you guys,
and you matter.
Thank you guys so much.
Have a great one.
Have the best week, and we'll see you soon.